Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. I want to show you what we are doing. We're making bone broth, but we're using vegetable scraps as well. We've got some leftover limes. Well, you see some salami floating around in there. Some baby carrots that were in the refrigerator. We have a bunch of lamb ribs, and then we have a bunch more. I want to show you, and here's something we have started doing. Whenever we have a meal that has a bone-in meat, we take the bones and we save this bag or this bag. This is our bone bag. And then you take your bones, you save your bones, you put them in the freezer. On the weekend, when it's time to do something, then you just pour this out and make your broth. We're going to boil it. It's actually going to boil for probably a day nearly. Now, what do we use in addition to the meat? This is an onion skin that has seen better days. This is another onion, and you can see we got, it started growing. We got a little bit of mildew on that first layer. We're going to pull that layer off. We're going to toss this thing in there. I'm going to cut this guy up, toss it in. These are some older garlic cloves, and we're going to crush them. And then we're going to cut them up, toss them in there, and we're going to let this stuff simmer. Whatever bones and bone scraps we have, we're going to throw them in here. Hang on, here's somebody. Look at her. Hey, you. What are you doing?
I'm ordering a pizza.
Okay.
A box pizza.
A box pizza.
With pasta.
Wait a minute. You can't say we buy pizzas because we do the homestead stuff. We're going to go out and shoot a pizza.
We're growing a pizza.
We're growing a pizza. Good answer.
Let me go get it.
More to go. Okay, guys, and we're taking all of these. We're just going to pour them in here, and then everything that's in the other bone bag, we're going to pour them in as well. Now, some people are going to balk and say, oh my goodness, other people have had their mouths on those bones. Yes, they have, but these things are going to come to a boiling temperature, and then they are going to stay boiling for probably an hour or so, and then we're going to simmer them and reduce the bones and draw out all of the marrow and the collagens. It's going to be fantastic. So, we'll get this going, put a lid on this thing. More to come, guys. I wanted to show you. The two bags I mentioned, we've got them labeled with bones. Bones, so it would be like kitchen scraps or bones, stuff like that. We're going to take them, we're just going to roll them up. And you say, well, it's got meat scraps and everything in it. Yeah, absolutely. Periodically, we will wash it out with soap and water. But we're going to take it, put it back in the freezer where it sits. And now, we're probably going to add a little bit more water to this. Okay, guys, we're back, and we just let it boil hard for, you know, an hour. And then we're going to simmer this. It'll break everything down. I'm going to add more water to it at some point this evening before we go to bed. And we go through, oddly enough, a lot of bone broth or chicken broth, whatever critter broth that we are consuming at the time and have the bones for. So we use this for 4 dogs, 3 cats, and ourselves, and for 2 other families to parse out. So we go through 5 gallons a week. That's a lot. But I'm slaughtering and butchering all these chickens, so as well, all of this is lamb. from some lamb that we got. So we do beef as well. And if you don't have the bones, you know, in your possession, you can actually just go to the butcher's, ask him, can I have beef bones or pork bones or whatever it is, and they will, usually they give you a big box of them. You might have to pay $1 or $2, which is, so what, it's okay. And if they charge you, get 5 boxes of it for $10 and make 50 gallons, you know, and then you're able to do like a pressure canning on it. We don't pressure can this because we go through it so dang fast. If you're going to pressure can it, and we'll do a video on it one day, if you're going to pressure can it, make sure that you do not have any of the fats in it. So you need to get a fat separator, which is 15-20 bucks at Walmart or off of Amazon. Nothing terribly expensive. And it's just kind of like a bottom pouring funnel. But that is the big thing. You cannot beat the benefits from this stuff, and it will really go a long way to make anything a soup, a dish. If you're going to do meatloaf, I would pour some of this into the meatloaf just to give it more flavor. Take care of you people, guys.